Before we begin today's review, I wanted to let all of you know that this figure, along with all the other figures I have taken a look at as part of Nanmu November, is available for purchase on Dan's Dinosaurs. Dan has also been kind enough to offer an additional pre-order special on the beautiful upcoming Nanmu Tyrannosaurus. This is one of my most anticipated models from the company, and I will certainly be getting an order in for one or the other, or both. Drop a comment down below letting me know which version you would like to see me review, and if you decide to order any of these Nanmu pieces from Dan's Dinosaurs, be sure to let him know that Killershrewfan sent you. Alright, now let's get to the review. Hello everyone and welcome back to the final episode of Nanmu November. I have before you today Nanmu's Tyrannosaurus Rex Alpha figure. I decided to do this one last for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, this T.rex reminded me the most of a turkey out of all the figures I took a look at, and another reason is that I have already taken a look at it somewhat through my head-to-head video. That being said, I think it's only fair that a figure this magnificent get its own standalone review, because yes, this figure is simply incredible. I feel like I haven't sung enough praises for it yet, so let's jump right in and talk about the best Rex figure you can get without breaking the bank. So starting off at the head of this figure, you can see it is simply gorgeous and looks photo accurate to the animatronic created by Stan Winston Studios, right down to the shape and placement of the teeth. This level of attention to detail is what makes Nanmu the best budget Jurassic Park inspired model company out there in my eyes. I mean, look at this. It's stunning from all angles. This part of the video doesn't even need narration. Just look. As with many of Nanmu's models, this one features a point of articulation at the jaw which opens to reveal more lovely teeth and a nice moist pink tongue. I will say there are some models out there that look better with their mouths open, but I honestly think this one looks better with the mouth closed. Don't know why, but this look just appeals to me more. Going down the neck, this area of the sculpt is just as impressive. There are so many wrinkles and folds of skin, all adorned by some incredibly finite scale details. I mean, the sculpt on the top 15% of this model is just staggering. I can't do it justice through video or narration. It's really something you have to see to fully appreciate and enjoy. Once you hit the midsection, however, there seems to be a disparity in style. The fine scale details give way to cross-hatched leathery skin, and even though there isn't anything as well detailed as the neck and head, the sculptural work here is still very well handled and just as film accurate. I'm particularly fond of the work around the gut, the sagging, pulling skin around the legs, all of that looks fantastic. Unfortunately, you have got a big seam on the leg there. I honestly think this is the Nanmu figure with the most noticeable and detracting seams. Still, everything else looks so good that your eyes aren't even drawn to those imperfections. I mean, just look at that. Look at the weight and the directionality of the skin hanging around the rib cage there. That is just, everything about this head to toe. It just commands your focus. And speaking of toes, let's have a look at the feet. You can see that the right leg is mid-stride, balanced on two toes while a third is lifted off the ground. I originally didn't care for that sculptural choice, but it's grown on me, and now I think it actually captures a sense of movement quite nicely, as if the figure froze right before the foot was able to fully lift off the ground. The toe claws themselves are painted in a dark gray with some great muck and weathering, and I love the plate scaling on the backs of the toes. The musculature is all very well handled, as are the pulling tendons and other anatomical features. All of it is covered with more of that lovely leathery skin detail. Rexy really looks like she has not been skipping leg day at all. The arms, on the other hand, appropriately small. Again, nice muscle tones, and I love the crosshatch scaling on the shoulders. That's very intricate and well done. The underbelly looks fantastic. What did you expect? Lovely folds of skin in the neck and around the gut, and the sort of armored scaling we all know and love has been beautifully captured on the belly of this model. The sculpt of this piece just fires on every cylinder. Not a single spot is left unattended to. All of it comes together to create a gorgeous and screen-accurate look. One of my biggest concerns of this model was that it seemed to lack the bulk when compared to Rebor's take on the JP Rex, and whereas I do think there's still some truth to that, I can affirm that here it does appear properly bulky. Perhaps it isn't robust enough to reflect the original animatronic, but it still captures the look of Rexy, especially in her Fallen Kingdom style. And the paint job on this model is also incredible. You can see the cream underbelly transitioning into the golden brown of the midsection and earthy brown dorsal coloration. That same golden brown is used as a striping color to break up the brown of the back, and all of these colors come together to really bring that leathery looking skin to life. It's a fitting palette for the sculpt, and it makes it all pop so incredibly well. The paint on the face is also immaculately applied. It clearly defines the details, and I'm particularly fond of the organic look of those nasal markings. It isn't often that I find a paint job that I think is this perfect. There is a green version of the sculpt meant to emulate the Lost World buck, but honestly, I don't see that Rex design when I look at this sculpt. That's why when it comes to the Nanmu Rex, I will always recommend this color scheme, because it really makes this thing sing. I mean, just wow. This model is awesome, isn't it? They even managed to capture the power and awe of the Rex with this piece through the pose, with that striding, head-held high posture. It makes it look so majestic. Honestly, I can't sing enough praises for Nanmu's work on this thing. I really can't. The one potential qualm I have with this model beyond the seams is the extreme lean in that pose. Personally, I haven't had any issues with it toppling over yet, but with how far its center of gravity is being pushed to one side, I wouldn't be surprised if it became an issue down the road for some people. Honestly though, as long as it stays standing, I can't say the lean is even a real problem. So the seams I can look past, and my only other issue isn't even a real issue at the moment. I'd say this model is doing pretty well. As far as measurements go, the Rex comes in at roughly 16 inches long, or just under 41 centimeters, and stands 7 inches high, or around 18 centimeters off the ground. For size comparison, gotta bring in the Nanmu Carnotaurus, and yeah, I think these two size up near perfectly with one another, and also just look fantastic together. You can actually do a fairly decent recreation of that trailer shot from Fallen Kingdom, but it is a little on the precarious side, so beware. Then of course we're going to bring in the other Nanmu figures we've been taking a look at as part of Nanmu November. And yeah, regardless of those models' merits, you can't help but look at the T.rex, can you? It just looks so big and mighty, and your eye is instantly drawn to it. Regardless of how well done the other figures are, this one somehow manages to look even better. Even when it comes to the Mosasaurus, which is a massive figure, I think the Rex is where your eye goes because of how incredible it looks. This also highlights my point yesterday about how I feel the Mosasaurus is a little on the small side. The Indominus Rex is meant to be bigger than the T.rex here, but it looks like the Mosa would have a hard time taking the Rex itself down, let alone the Indominus. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Of course, I have to bring in the Spinosaurus, and yeah, the energy between these two models is great. It's like Nanmu planned to have them both striding forward, neck up, so they could be staring at each other with a look of defiance. I have these models posed across from each other on my desk, and that sort of dynamic is fun to look at while I work. Honestly, I think these are the best figures Nanmu have produced so far, and it's great to have both. If I had to pick one, don't make me do that. I'm going to turn that question on you. Which one would you choose? Drop a comment down below. I'm not going to bring in the Rebor Rex. There was literally a whole video where I compared it to that thing. Links in the description if you're hoping to see that. But I will bring in the old Papo Squatting Rex, which is basically the gold standard T-Rex comparison, and also your best bet for getting a decent collector's model of the JP style Rex for the longest time. Now, after all these years, I'm confident in saying it has been dethroned. Rebor kinda did that already, but if there was any question before, there's absolutely none now. And of course, there's Chris Pratt trying to use his raptor training techniques on a T-Rex. Would that be cool to see? A trained T-Rex? Or just dumb? I mean, with how many times Rexy has saved human characters in the franchise, you would think she's already kind of on the human side, like Blue. Why not take it a step further? I don't know. Leave a comment down below letting me know if that's cool or dumb. But there you have it, guys and gals, the Nanmu Tyrannosaurus Rex Alpha figure. If you couldn't tell, I absolutely love this model. This is a figure that easily receives a Dynamite rating and a roaring seal of approval. Nanmu knocked it out of the park with this one, and it will forever be one of my favorite pieces in the collection. I highly recommend this figure to any fan of the franchise. I know it's a pricier selection, but really, trust me. Save up and get either this one or the Spinosaurus, you will never regret it. Both are incredible models that show that Nanmu's future is extremely bright. And with that, Nanmu November comes to a close, and I can take a quick breath right before I start cranking out videos for the 12 days of reviews. But at the end of the day, the point of this series is just as much a reminder to give thanks as it is about the dinosaurs themselves. Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I think in a year like 2020, it's always good to be thankful. When so much stuff is going wrong in the world, it can be easy to forget about the good things that are still in your life. So with that in mind, I'm thankful for my family and the fact that we have our health. I'm thankful for the friends that I have, both in the dinosaur collecting community and outside of it. And I'm thankful to have a hobby that I am this passionate about. My wallet is less thankful, but oh well. And I'm even more thankful that I have a group of people who enjoy hearing me talk about what it is I love. I'm also thankful for all these companies that work to produce such quality products, even in the face of a global pandemic. I don't think it's ever been a better time to be a dinosaur collector. What with so many fantastic new companies joining our old favorites and producing continually amazing and affordable products that make life a little more fun. But mostly, I'm thankful for what's to come. Good or bad, I know I won't have to face any of it alone, and I fully intend to keep talking about dinosaurs through all of it. So raise your glass containing a beverage of your choice and give thanks that we have all almost made it through this crazy year. And be sure to tell those closest to you that you're thankful for them. From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving, enjoy your roasted dinos, and thanks for tuning in to Nanmu November. I'll be seeing you again real soon for the inevitable reveal videos, and of course, Killer Shrew fans 12 days of reviews. Take care out there, and bye-bye.